Hi, this is Katharine Isabelle. I thought being stuck to Freddy vs. Jason was bad. This shit's probably going to be worse. You're listening to The Skeleton Crew?
You kids need some assistance?
What the fuck do you think?
This is such a big show, Dan. This is unbelievable. We have Katharine Isabelle from Freddy vs. Jason, Ginger Snaps, and American Mary now. She is joining the Skeleton Crew tonight.
Did she change her name from Catherine to Katie now?
When you know her as well as I do, it's Katie.
That was funny when you said that. All right, Katie.
Hi, Katie. Here's the thing that's so great about, because we're just kidding, we already did the interview, we announced that already, everybody knows that, but we wanted to, time it around the release of American Mary, and that's her newest movie, and it's a new horror flick, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
I, listened back because I had to put it into the show. I already pre-produced some of this, and man, we were so in sync, me and her, because I think she's in love with me. We were so in sync that she was finishing my sentences, dude.
Really? Well, clearly you're out of your mind. And clearly you were listening to the wrong fucking piece of audio.
Dude, if you listen to this interview, there are times when I'm halfway through a question and she's answering it.
Did you edit it that way?
No. You were there! How could you say that?
No, that was a great fucking interview, dude. So much so that you said when we did it a while back, like, I wanted to drop that shit right away. It was hard not to. But yeah, we had to wait for basically the release date of the movie, which makes sense. But yeah, man, we were sitting on that for a while, being like, yo, we gotta drop this shit, like, now.
Yeah, I was trembling.
Yeah, I mean...
just kidding. So yeah, that's going to be a really fun interview. Everybody who loves Freddy vs. Jason, she was Gib, the chick who flicked the cigarette in Jason's face, and she was in the boiler room with Freddy. That's her. And she only smokes when she drinks now. And she's going to work on that next.
She's always drinking, yeah.
Yeah, that's no problem with that, man.
She had the best role in that movie. Come on.
She's badass, dude. And I watched 13 Eerie, and we're going to get into that in a few shows because we got too many big shows coming up, man. After this, which is a big show because of her, and we got the American Mary review, which is just insane. That review went to so many places, dude.
Yeah, man. That was fucking...
That was just that was a review to not pass up.
And all of a sudden, dude, we got a fucking jam-packed summer, man. Like, shit that we can't exactly talk about, some we can, but holy fuck, all of a sudden our summer's just fucking BAM!
Yeah, there's so many changes going on with... There's so much going on, and it's all good. It's all for the better.
Yep, definitely.
And, definitely. So, one thing that we have coming up is everybody could look forward to this. It's actually the next show. Sorry there was no real build-up to it. I just forgot when this came out, or when this is coming out, but Hatchet 3. Dan and I got, screeners. We watched it. We're not really allowed to say anything. They don't want us to say too much right now. I think we could do it the week it comes out, but, we got to watch it, so that's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen is we're going to do a Hatchet Retrospective, and that's going to drop. I'm going to try to put that out there 2 hours after the first screening. Nah, it's too soon. Okay. June 15th. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So it'll have Hatchet 1, 2, and 3 review, and maybe some bonus stuff in there too. We'll see how that goes.
And that's gonna be fucking awesome. And that's all we can say.
That's all we can say.
Yep.
So look forward to that June 15th, Hatchet Retrospective. And the other thing is Robert Rusler, he gave an update on Facebook. Basically, there was no way on earth he's going to make the $1,200,000 Kickstarter, budget or goal. No way in the world. So he made about $20,000, and the good news is he has a couple people very interested in backing this, so he's going to have to go through investors. Hopefully he'll still get to do what he wants and cast the people he wants and all that kind of stuff he talked about. So
yeah, because that's what he talked about to us. He wanted to get money to raise awareness to the big dogs. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it was all about. So
yeah.
So he did that though. So which is good. So
that worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
And later on in the show, we got the Ghoul under the bed and Pat coming back on because they're going to be on at the end of the show because Pat has a really cool story about a package that he got delivered to his house. So we're going to hear about that. You're going to want to know what's in this package.
Yep. That's a great story, too.
It's going to be a good ending to the show. Yep. We're going to talk a little bit about the Man of Steel.
You're going to have to fucking shut me up about that, bro.
Yeah, and I want to talk about some of the other installments of the Superman movies, too, the 80s ones.
Yeah.
We have a few things to say about that.
Yeah. We'll hit them all. Superman Returns.
Yeah, Superman Returns. I want to talk about that just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Maybe 15, 20 minutes.
I just want to point out its couple of huge, humongous crater-sized flaws. Yes.
Exactly. Let's start it off strong with the Katharine Isabelle interview. The chick from Freddy vs. Jason. I'll get into all that with the nice intro I set up. Wow.
Nice, dude.
Is that like when you yawn and somebody else yawns?
That was a very in-sync burp, I must say.
That was cool.
Just another thing that makes sense on the skeleton.
Yep, so we got Katherine Isabelle, then we're going to do American Mary, then we're going to do the Superman talk, then we're going to do the Pat and Jake calling in.
And then we're going to do your mom.
Exactly. So get your super duper fucking headphones out and try again, bitch. Here we go.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's go start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo damn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. They do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but damn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a damn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a damn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is the last damn time I want somebody to use a fucking brain to not come out of a damn record that is, that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying. Hi, this is Casey Kasem. American Top 40 has moved to a new time. I hope you'll join me this Saturday morning and every Saturday morning at 2. Boy, this is fucking ponderous, man. Ponderous.
Hey, Alex, this is Robert Rusler, and I heard that you have a female co-host on the show. I have a question for you, bro.
Yeah.
Are you mounting her nightly or what?
Yeah, I want to know why I'm not.
That's a very good question, but I think the answer is very obvious.
only smoke when I drink now.
But you're always drinking.
Yeah, well, I'll work on that next.
Star of American Mary, which will be released in Canada in theaters May 30th, 2013. In the US, it'll be released on Blu-ray and DVD on June 18th. So everybody, please welcome one of the great talents from Freddy vs. Jason, Ginger Snaps, as well as one of her newest films, 13 Eerie. American Mary herself, Katharine Isabelle. Being joined by the beautiful, the talented Katharine Isabelle, star of American Mary. Katharine, thank you for coming on the show.
You're welcome. I'm glad it's radio, so you can see I'm not actually beautiful at the moment.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
That's a given.
No, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, glamour,
Yeah,
glamour.
of course.
When I was watching this movie, I had two of my buddies come in while I was watching it, getting ready for the show. And usually they do a beeline right for the beer in the fridge, but they had to stop, and they were like, "Damn."
That's good. As long as I can deter people from, like, at least a detour from directly to the beer. I'm happy.
There you go. We just actually, like he said, we just watched this movie last night. We got the screener, we checked it out, and we were like texting each other. I was halfway through it. I was like, dude, I'm watching it and I'm loving it. Like,
right.
This is really good. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. I'm very proud of the film. I'm really, really proud of the Soska sisters, Jen and Sylvia Soska. I think they're amazing. They're geniuses. I'm so proud to have, these amazing, hot, identical twin sisters who happen to be geniuses, who happen to be completely determined and absolutely stubborn and completely on the same page of where they're going, what they're doing, and they're taking no prisoners. They're just mulling people over with this movie. And, they've got people fighting over producing the next movie, and they've got a stack of scripts that are just as good, if not better, than American Mary.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
So look out for them.
Yeah, sure.
They're legally not allowed to do anything without me ever, plus I know where they live.
Oh, nice.
Word.
Great.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this role. It's very different, like when you approach it and you read the script, on one hand, this is a really bright girl with goals in life. At that point, she's struggling with money. And on the other one, you're thrown into this like underground sort of black market surgical modification thing. When you prepared for this, like kind of mentally, did you put a lot of thought into it, or did you let yourself be thrown into those situations for the first time, even mentally, just as Mary would be, because she's not used to that kind of thing?
I didn't get a lot of prep for this movie. I had this script 9 months before we went to camera, but I wasn't sure if we were ever going to get it made. When you're dealing with independent film like this, you're like, oh, we're going next week. Oh, we're never going to make it. Oh, we're going next week. Oh, we have no...
Yeah.
So I'd had the script for about 9 months, but I wasn't really... I think I'd read it obsessively, 2 or 3 times when I first got it the first day, when I first realized how amazing it was. And then I kind of just had it in my house because I wasn't, I was busy. I was doing stuff from a working actor. I had to do other stuff. And I just kind of let it sit there. And then I ended up doing that movie. It was the fourth feature I'd done back to back with no days off. So
Wow.
Damn.
I was exhausted. I was tired. I'd just come back from, what was it? I was killing zombies in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, and then
Nice.
I was chained to the floor of an abandoned house fighting psycho rapist killers, and then went directly to the set of American Mary. So I had no lead up to this. Like, all of a sudden we're going to shoot this in 15 days, which is completely ridiculous and unheard of. And, and because I literally landed that one day, got my hair done, for what I wanted my hair to look like for American Mary, and then went to set the next day and started.
Wow.
So we didn't have a lot of prep time. Fortunately, the girls and I had become really good friends, 8 months earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just the having that for 8 months, I let it
Right.
sink into my head, it let it sink in my mind, and then we just went and we did it. And they were great with, I'm a bit of a chicken shit, and they said to me, don't Google sub-incised penis, whatever you do. And so I immediately did that, and immediately regretted that decision, and immediately went to them and said, okay, thank you. I will now, from now on, I will listen to you when you tell me not to
Right.
research things in this movie on my own, because they'd done so much research. They knew, the ins and outs of the body mod community, and they'd already wandered through the internet, into weird, shit that wasn't the kind of thing we were trying to portray with the body modification community in American Mary. And so they filtered that through and didn't let me get too traumatized, which was fantastic.
That's crazy, though. I like what you said, though, Catherine, how you put it down for a while, almost like you let it kind of sit there and fester. That's great because, dude,
it just sort of absorbed. Like, it was there, it was in the back of my head, but we weren't actively doing anything about it, and it just, kind of grew out of that, I guess. I don't know.
Wow.
I was trying to not fuck it up. I just really like the character of the movie. I'm just trying not to screw the whole damn thing up.
No, dude, you definitely didn't fuck it up, and to add on to that too, everything you go back and forth between crazy psycho and then you bring it back and how she kind of feels bad about it. You were all over the place. Like, would you say this was the role so far in your career? Like, this has been the role to have?
This was the character. This was my favorite character I ever had. And that was the only thing I was really, that terrifies me more than anything, because as a female actor, you don't often get a character that is so completely intricate and amazing and original.
Yeah.
And I really liked her. And the problem with Mary on paper is she has no redeeming qualities. She's never smiling. She's never friendly. She's never even nice. The people she ever is sort of friendly to, she's completely sarcastic about and wants them just to fall off the face of the earth immediately.
Right.
But I really loved her. I wanted anyone watching to like you. She needed to be likable, and that was my only fear, was that she wasn't going to be like. And I'm not all that likability doesn't ooze out of my every pore. Sarcasm does. So I was worried that she wasn't going to be likable, and without making her smiley and typical likability factor, I'm glad that people seem to connect to her. People seem to like her, which is good. They don't just think she's a cold-hearted bitch the whole entire time.
No, you accomplished that by far. I was loving you. I'm already a fan, so I loved you anyway.
Thank you.
And I feel like that sarcasm is what I like about it. That's what I like in chicks anyways. For me, like you said, likability, I don't like that kind of, hey, likable, you always know people.
No, it makes me want to push you over. I don't know. I like people who are, you don't need to smile unless you're actually happy. I think that's what I love about the relationship between her and Beatrice, played by the absolutely amazing Tristan Riss. Is Tristan is so the opposite. She's always, Beatrice is always smiling and happy, and Mary just stares at her you're the most strange creature you've ever met. You're so bizarre. And I come across people all the time, I'm trying to keep up with the smiling and the friendly, and I'm just in my head, I'm I don't understand people like you at all.
Yeah, there's that scene at the car where you're like, okay. It's just, it's perfect, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think people feel like that quite often, but they don't let it show on their faces.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking too, the whole movie and then the ending. Were there alternate endings that you guys shot for this?
No, absolutely not. No, there was never. I think at one point someone wanted to shoot an alternate ending where, typical, you zoom in and then she, right? And so it was absolutely fucking not. She's I'm not even going to shoot that because you'll end up using it. She's absolutely not. Mary can't live. There can't be a sequel. Sylv and Jen have talked about if they were to do a sequel, it would be not a sequel so much as it would be the same timeline, but it would follow Dr. Black.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who was if you remember, Dr. Black is mentioned at the beginning and then Dr. Black is actually at the party that Mary eventually goes he opens the door. Yeah. He's the Asian.
Oh, that guy.
Nelson,
okay.
Amazing Nelson Wong, who's fantastic. So that would be the character. If there was a sequel, there's not going to be, but it would be the same timeline, but it would just follow him instead of Mary.
Wow. Okay.
No, answer your question. Absolutely not. We did not shoot any alternate. No, fuck that shit.
This is like the role that you love. This is like what you always wanted to do. But would you say that your career really, I mean, I guess it's obvious, really took off with Ginger Snaps, And is that why you're so loyal to that franchise? And you made...
I'm not particularly loyal. You mean like the horror movies?
No, just Ginger Snaps.
Oh, Ginger Snaps. No, I mean, yeah, I really loved... That was another movie that was by a fantastically smart female, Karen Walton, and she opened my eyes, I think, 'cause I was like 17, to the fact that there could be really interesting, dark, funny female characters. They just don't come around all that often.
Right.
No, I think when all of a sudden a fan tells you at a premiere for something else that there's going to be a sequel, you're generally confused. And then, people just, like, talk you into doing stuff. And, like, no one ever said a word about it till, like, 2 years after. Like, we didn't think anyone... We went and did a couple festival things, and some, like, critics liked it. But we're like, well, no one's ever going to see this weird Canadian werewolf movie about menstruation. Like, this is where vampire werewolves were, like, cool. We thought we were, like, probably never going to work again after that because it was so weird. It was just the timing of it. Like, no, I mean, I'm still working after I do stuff.
Yeah.
In Insomnia, dude, that was my favorite role that you did, to be perfectly honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
That scene, because I love Nolan. I mean, who doesn't? And Insomnia is actually my favorite one, other than The Dark Knight. But it's right there. That's my favorite movie. And that scene where you're going with Pacino in the landfill there, and he's pushing you. Oh, gold, dude.
That was an amazing. That whole thing was. Where I had food poisoning on the first day. Don't eat scallops in a motel in, like, the interior of British Columbia the day before you have to go on set with Al Pacino, because you'll be puking your car. So I'm, like, barfing, wiping vomit off of my face. They're like, Al's ready. And I'm like, okay. They're like, Al's ready. You don't understand. I'm like, that's great. I'm vomiting.
Wow.
We did this second scene where he drags me out on the beach and screams at me, and I give him, like, a clue or whatever. We did that first. I didn't meet him. It just, like, it happened. I was all confused. There's still vomit in my mouth. He screams at me. I yell at him. I cry, and then he leaves. I'm like, I don't know what's happened. And then the second day, we did the first part of the scene where we're driving, and I'm locked in a car with Al Pacino for 9 hours. And usually when you work with him, like, they roll slate, they roll their freight, his car comes and drops him off, he does his scene, he leaves. Like, you don't hang out and talk to him. I'm in a car with the man for 8 hours. I'm an 8-hour road trip with freaking Al Pacino. And I'm like, this is terrible. I'm like, I'm hotboxing the car with unfiltered American Spirit cigarettes. Like, I don't smoke. I'm, like, basically ready to pass out. Nolan's only note was languid. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's a shitty note. Sorry, languid. I was like, okay. And I'm sitting there, and I still didn't know if Al Pacino was cool or not. And I'm looking at him, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk to him. Like, I'm terrified. And I go, Mr. Pacino, congratulations. I heard you just had twins. What did you name them? And he looks at me in the eye and goes, Al and Al after me, and looks away. And I was like, fuck my life. Oh, my God. This is so bad. I have 9 hours more. He hates me. Oh, my God. I'm never going to work again. And then he looks over and he goes, oh, my God, I'm just kidding. You're so gullible. I never get to live it. And then he became my best friend.
Wow.
My best friend. We talked the whole time. I ended up lying to him about playing poker and ended up having to prove it at a high-stakes poker game at the Penthouse the first season.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Let me guess. It didn't go well.
Oh, no, it actually did. I was the only one that ended up winning any money. But I walked in with, like, $50 Canadian. I walked in with, like, $350 American. Like, the whole thing was just ridiculous.
Wow.
It was insane. Don't lie to Al Pacino.
Dude, yeah, man, I love that movie, and you definitely killed it. And how old were you when you did that? Because I was just like, damn, this girl is on fire. And then, obviously interviewing you now, I went back to it, and I was just like, damn, that one scene.
I think we shot that in, like, 2000, I want to say 2003. We're been, like, 22.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Time isn't my best subject.
2003 and 4 was that like the biggest boost your career ever got? You landed some big roles around that whole entire time, and
yeah, and that was before. Like I'm based in Vancouver, and that was sort of the 90s and up until 2004, sort of when like the whole economy collapsed in general. But our Canadian dollar got really good. And that was bad for the film industry because we rely on Americans coming up and, using our amazing cast and crews and locations, but, at a sweet deal for them. Right. So that was kind of before everything fell apart for our film industry up here, just based purely on, the dollar and the economy and everything. And after that, we weren't getting, especially in Vancouver, we weren't getting a lot of the big budget films. They might be up here occasionally, but there's rarely roles or whether I get them or not is a whole other thing. So yeah, I mean those were great years for a lot of my friends, a lot of crews and a lot of cast that I know up here. Those were really good years.
Yeah. And of course during that time, since this is a horror show, we have to address Freddy vs. Jason.
We had to.
Yeah, I know you're probably sick of hearing about it, but of course, a lot of people know the controversy that you went in to play Laurie, and Ronnie Yu said you'd be better as Gib because the more liberal thing. And of course, the nude scenes were there, and everyone knows you do not do that. So, actually, before we even get to that movie, how did you come to the conclusion not to do that? Because were you ever afraid that in this business it's tough? Did you ever think it would cost you work? Because sometimes people want to see your face in the shot of the nude scene.
My attitude has always been in that once you do it, once you show it, once you do that, you can't go back and say, I don't do that. You kind of, well, you did it for this, you did it for that. You kind of have to always do it. And I've never, my stance is not adamantly against it. I've never come across something where I thought that was absolutely vital and necessary.
Right.
Where that wasn't just sort of a gratuitous, and I'm like, who cares? Tits are tits, whatever. I don't, I have no problem with that. Like,
yeah.
The only thing is that I didn't want to deal with was having to then defend when I didn't want to do it.
Right.
And I think growing up, what started that for me was growing up in film and television as a kid. I always felt really like this is my family, this is safe. Like, I kind of got a bit creeped out when I started to, develop into a woman, as you will, when all of a sudden the sort of really protective family atmosphere that I was used to growing up with turned into a bit of a creepy, salacious, wanting to sort of, perv factor that comes along with obviously being a young, attractive female in the film industry. Hello, duh, what do you think you're doing here?
Yeah.
But I always just worked as a kid. It was my job. I worked. And then, it took me a little while to realize there was this whole other side. There was this whole other element that factored into my value as an actor. And I think it just pissed me off a bit. It creeped me out and pissed me off. And so I was like, no. Plus it was like I was a virgin when I did ginger snaps. When I'm raping one of my friends, to this day in the back of a, and so the whole thing to me, I was just like, this is all just like creepy and weird. And like, no, I'm not showing you my tits. Yeah. It's not to say I never will. It's just nothing has ever come up where I found it to be really necessary or important. Like, it's just,
Yeah, it's not that important that you're in that shower, so,
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, okay, so someone says, well, then what's an example of where it is necessary? Well, I don't know, Boys Don't Cry. Oh, wait, she also won an Oscar. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could definitely see that. And I'm glad that you stood your ground, Don't back down. If you believe in something, then you
No,
stand.
and I mean, I'm sure I'll do it at some point, and I'll get a whole bunch of backlash because, like, you said you would never do it. No, I said I don't do it, not that I never would, because, by the way, people's ideas and opinions and thoughts about things change. Right. They continually evolve. They don't. You're an idiot. So,
exactly.
And depending, just like I will say repeatedly, I'll never do another horror movie again when I get home and I'm freezing, covered in blood, and there's blood in my ears and sweat everywhere. I eat it. And I can't take enough showers to get it off me. And I swear off of them. And then something like American Mary lands in my lap and go, oh my God, I have to do this.
Right.
Katie, you said you'd never do another horror movie. No. No, that's not what I said. Okay, maybe I said that, but that's not what I meant.
Right. See, you consider this horror, American Mary?
I don't at all, and I don't know how to. I don't know what to categorize it as.
That's the best kind.
Like in a genre or category or whatever. I think horrific elements in the film. I don't think it's a horror movie. I think it's a sad character story, tragedy / dark comedy / I don't know, psychological thriller. I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
You already got to play one of the main people in Freddy vs. Jason, where you're in a boiler room with Freddy. It's like, how much better can you possibly get or want in the whole horror genre? That is.
Yeah, in a horror genre, exactly.
You know, like you did it. So
that had to be, without obviously saying numbers, that had to be a huge payday. I mean, just from the box office alone and the residuals, that was like a huge. Thing.
Oh no, we're in Canada, so we don't get any of those awesome fun things.
No? Oh.
No, we work in a whole other system, and regardless of what the film actually makes, we just got paid for our work on the days, and that's it.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. Too bad I didn't have 10% on the back end of that one.
Oh, God.
Hey, I love learning about this stuff. But, yeah, to me, yeah, Monica Keena got to chop off his head, but you were in the boiler room, like, taking it back to square one. If you're a Freddy fan, boom, taken care of. And then Jason actually comes in and kills you. It's like, at that point, I just fucking drop it right there and be like, oh.
Okay, I'm done.
Sorry, I just would. And move on. And that's what I mean. Like, all right, Insomnia, killed it. Freddy vs. Jason, I thought that was the best role in there just because of what I just said. That scene alone, I was like, oh, that's what I want to do. And then
that was pretty epic for like not, what it was.
Right? Yeah. So, and then moving on to, a movie like this where, like we said, it's just all over the place. This movie is you 100%. Yeah, I'm not saying there's not other characters clearly, but it's about you or whatever, but your performance, that and what was he was like, not your handler, but that guy's performance was good too in the movie.
Oh,
biker looking dude. Yeah.
Yeah, the big bouncer guy. He is amazing.
I loved his performance, but it's just, this movie is just one of those it sucks because, you could clearly see this movie and give some nominations here, but it's kind of like you said, even though you can't pigeonhole it or whatever, it's kind of known as a genre piece or a weird film, but there's fucking great performances in this. That's why me and Alex were just blown the fuck away. We were like, wow. We didn't even know how to go about this interview. We were like, where do we start on this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. A lot of people, like, doing a lot of interviews, they're like, so how did you get involved with this film? And, like, they don't really, like, because it's weird. You're like, what do you talk about? It's so all over the map, and yet it's so specific, and it's so, like, yeah, you get some weird questions. People just don't know how to go about it. And people go, like, oh, well, what's the movie about? And I'm like, well, I can tell you, like, what happens in the movie, sort of. Like, girls, medicals, blah, blah, blah. But, like, the movie, like the tone, the feeling of it, I don't know. I don't know how to categorize it. I don't know. I think, depending on the region and the distributor, some people are going more of a psychological thriller, character study, sort of art house film. Some people are going like, oh, it's a horror movie. And I think if you go to see this movie thinking that you're going to see like hot chick torture porn thing, you're going to be disappointed.
Right, yeah, that's cute that they tried, though. It's like, yeah, nice try, but you gotta watch the movie. That's like Requiem of a Dream or something. It's like, what's that, a drama or no, that's just a fucking kick-ass movie. Just like this one, it's like, damn. And don't you think the best ones you can't really categorize? I mean, obviously, dramas, and those are the great ones, but movies like that where it just leaves you like, what the fuck? And, well, that was great. I don't even know how I feel about that.
Yeah, like one of my favorite movies, and I'm going to sound really stupid here when I say that I don't know what country it's from. It's called The Green Butchers. I think it's like Swedish or Norwegian. I don't know. It has the guy who played the bad guy in the Bond movie. oh God, now I can't even remember which one. Anyway, it's amazing, and it's like, it's really horrific and dark, but it's like really funny, and it's really charming, and there's like a love story, and I don't know how to categorize it. It's the same thing with American Mary. You go like, I don't, yeah, you could go any way with it. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
What would you say were your 3 top favorite roles? Like, what movies turned out the absolute best in your opinion out of everything? Because you have a huge resume. Do you have movies you hold up as like, wow, that was the best?
American Mary, obviously. There's a film, a Canadian independent film called Turning Page, which also stars Brendan Fletcher, who was in Freddy vs. Jason. He's he's like my best friend.
Oh yeah, I saw that movie. That movie was awesome.
Yeah, so I mean that one, I was really proud of my work in that one, as well as the whole film and everyone in it in general. And I just did this zombie movie called 13 Eerie, which definitely wasn't the best movie. Brendan's also in that one as well. We kind of just worked together.
13 Eerie, I saw that in the store the other day.
Yeah, so it's like this, sort of B-movie zombie flick about a bunch of kids that get on a forensic exam thing, and it's totally ridiculous. I think I'm great at it. I think it's hilarious. Like, I was like, the director comes up to me and goes, okay, so in the first half of the movie, you're like Ripley from Alien, and then somewhere in the middle, you turn into Bruce Willis from Die Hard. Okay. And I'm like, this is awesome. It's like, for what it was. Like, I mean, there's, I really like Insomnia, and I really like, other things here and there, and but I just watched this recently. I was just killing myself. I thought it was great.
Oh, yeah? Maybe I'll get that then.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you have to watch it going, okay, this is like, zombie B-movie shot in moose shots, but Brendan is awesome. I'm awesome. I just thought it was like it's so much fun.
You know what I love about that, though? What you're saying, your enthusiasm, it's like, no matter if this is a, $15 million budget or if it's no budget, you give everything to every role.
I'm gonna make it watchable. Like, I'm gonna make it doesn't matter like what the script is, what anyone else is doing. I don't know what the camera work is gonna look like. At the end of the day, I can only be responsible for what I'm doing, and I have full control over that. And if the rest of it's absolute shit, at least you can watch me and go like, this is worth watching because she's hilarious or whatever, And go watch that zombie movie. You'll die laughing. Like, it's completely ridiculous, but it's really fun.
Now I have to watch it.
I got so into it at a certain point. Like, I show up and my hair's all in like a tight ponytail. I'm very serious. And at one point I was like, guys, I need to get my hair down because this needs to just get like ridiculous, like sex. The sexiness of this character just needs to like amp up until it's like hilarious. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to make this homemade bomb and then I'm going to throw it at this zombie and I'm going to shove it in his neck. Oh, I know how to get my hair down. I'll pull my elastic out of my hair because I need to like seal the top of the bomb with a rubber glove and my hair elastic. And then my hair will be down. And they're like, that's awesome. I'm like, great.
Wow, that's perfect.
They're putting like Vaseline and blood on me, like, because we're sweating because we're killing zombies. I'm like, yeah, no, just a little blood, like, just accentuate my cheekbone here with some dirt. And we're just killing ourselves laughing. Like, it was so fun.
Yeah, you're like, can you please make the blood look hot?
Yeah. Like, yeah, no, put more Vaseline sweat on my collarbones. That's hot.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, let's kill some zombies. Like, it was really, really fun.
Wow. See, that's cool. And I was going to ask you about that, because you said how you turn, Sigourney Weaver, then you turn this one. When you're doing a complex role like American Mary, it's not shot in sequence. So how do you put your headspace?
I was worried about that, especially when we only had 15 days to shoot it. So it's like running from one set from one location to the other, and all of a sudden. So thankfully, having 2 directors was helpful because at least one of them was always around, and I'd say like, okay. And I told Sylv and Jen at the beginning, I was like, here's the things that I'm going to need. I'm going to need you to have always in your lap a timeline of what just happened before this scene and what's about to happen after this scene.
Okay.
So when we're racing around, when we're running, and I'm going in there at least, because I knew the script so well in my head, but it's all, when you're just shooting little bits here and there, it's hard to place where they go. Mm-hmm. And so they would always be like, okay, yes, right, this has just happened, and what happens after this is this thing happens. I go, okay, Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Okay, wait, hang on. I got it. Yeah, okay, good. Ready to go.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Wow.
Well,
That
yeah, I
seems
mean, you
tough.
just have to know where you've been and where you're going, and then hopefully you can pull it off. I mean, I was always worried about that. When I watched the film for the first time, I was really nervous that the downward spiral of her psychoticness would be
Apparent on.
yeah, I mean, you could follow it like there wouldn't all of a sudden be a thing where I thought I was supposed to be happy and cheerful, and really I was supposed to be, psychosis or something.
Yeah. Wow. Can I ask you one thing? I just watched it once, so I'm not, I don't know everything about it, but
yeah.
And maybe I just missed something. So you had that Nana, or what did you call her on the phone?
Yeah, Nana. Yeah.
So I guess you get a call, and I suppose I hope I'm not. Guys, just skip 5 minutes. So you get a call, and then all of a sudden you delete her from your contacts. So obviously, I guess she's dead.
Yeah. Originally, there was. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, what was that? I'm trying to imply that maybe that guy who was following you went there first and killed her. Like, I don't know. How did that work?
No. Originally, see, it makes sense to us, because originally we had a scene where I go to the nursing home where she's at, and I find out that she has, like, very serious cancer she's been hiding from me. And then I go back later or something, and she's died. The point of that was just supposed to be that I guess the nursing home called me to inform me, and this is probably not how they do things, but, whatever.
Yeah.
For the sake of our low budget, we did an insert to close up that giant storyline. Yeah, where she calls a bunch of times, and she calls and I pick it up, and they inform me that she's died, and so I collapse on the floor and then delete her phone number, which is a really cool thing to do. Like, to immediately go into your phone and delete that contact it was sort of it was more about showing how
cold
that was Mary's very last family member, if she ever had any others. That was the only person she had any kind of relationship with, and that the second she dies, she completely, that was the last bit of humanity she had left. She cold-heartedly deletes that contact. Like, if that's only living family member, if someone that close to you dies, you don't immediately go on your phone and delete their contact. Like, that's hard.
Yeah.
And that was more the point of the scene, was to show that that was the last straw to being a normal person, to having any connection.
Yeah,
I love that
that's
scene.
great writing.
Yeah.
That's great writing. It's funny because, not funny, but I actually met somebody. It was someone, like a coworker, but from a different building, and they wanted help with something and said, I have to call this guy or that guy from the company. So I said, well, give me your number, and I'll tell you when I get the number. And then, so she gave me the number, and then I come to my building, and I work for like a week, and then 3 or 4 days later, she dies. And I'm like, what? I just got this girl's number, and I was going to help her call the union guy and this and that. And then I look in my phone, and I look at her name. I'm like, yeah, that's her. And I was struggling with the idea of, do I press delete contact?
You delete that, that's weird.
Wow.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to deal with. Yeah, absolutely. Or like, even like Facebook friends. Like, it's weird. You're just like, oh, do I delete? I don't know. So I mean, and that's the point of that scene. It was like, that's it. She's done. She's got nothing left. So.
Now, was there any significance to the next scene? Like, was the next scene where you did something really like that's just unhuman or something? Like, do you remember that or no?
I think what happens after she dies is she drives to the storage room where Dr. Grant is.
Right.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So there you go.
That makes
You kind
sense.
of forget about him, and then you think like he's dead at the beginning. Sorry, everyone, stop listening now if you haven't seen it. Because the only reason I remember I think this is because I remember still being like, that was it. So her Nana died. She's all fucked up. She didn't go cut Dr. Grant.
Right. That
So I
poor
think,
too.
but I might be totally wrong.
Yeah.
Well, to wrap it up, I guess, what do you have planned for the future?
See, you never know. You never know what comes up. I want to continue doing interesting, cool, original films with interesting, cool, original female characters. I probably am not going to be America's Next Sweetheart in fluffy romantic comedies, although my brother would really, really like it if I was. But I'm currently doing Being Human is going for its 4th season. I've got a recurring on that. I just wrapped a pilot for CW called Blink, which is awesome. I'm gonna go around and promote American Mary as much as I can, and I've got a bunch of things thrown up in the air right now, thrown against the wall. We'll see what sticks. And you know, in this industry, God knows, I never know what I'm doing. I'm a homeless traveling gypsy. I live in airports and hotels. I have no idea what I'm doing from month to month. My life is usually planned about 4 days in advance, and I'm like, no idea.
Wow.
Well, dude, honestly, like me and Alex were talking about this earlier, you're around our age. Now, for our age group, you are definitely one of the significant actresses because of that reason that you just said, because of the roles you choose. And yeah, dude, I think you got some more good ones coming up too. I mean, shit, you can definitely act, and it seems that you have that want to do those kind of, you know, different kind of roles. And like you just said, you don't think you're going to be America's sweetheart. I don't even see that as important as just doing roles like you just said, just going after the shit. And you know, we think you're fucking awesome.
And everything's different. I take meetings in LA. They go, well, what kind of movie do you want to do? I go, I don't know. I want to do all of them. I want to do all different things. I want to do everything different. I want to do all of it. This is my whole life. This is all I do. Film is all I do. I'm going to be doing it forever, and I want to do all of it.
Yeah, and I gotta say, like Dan said, you have picked really great roles, and you've killed it every time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and everybody, you know, check out, you know, American Mary. It's coming to theater.
It's fucking awesome.
May 31st, and in Canada on the 30th.
Yeah.
You know, Katie here, she did an amazing job as always, as I expected. I didn't know the movie would be that good, but I was like, what I loved about it just sucked me into that world, and I was living it with you. You know, like. And
look out for the Saskia sisters. They're going to have a lot more films. Completely fascinating, interesting, original, smart, funny, important movies, and they're taking over the world. So get on their train, everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We love you, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, guys. Love you too. Have a great week.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Katie. I saw you in that movie, and I wanted you to do me right through my LCD. And Katie, well, I hope that you stay single by the time we get to mingle, which I hope to do so soon. 'Cause all I really need to do is get to Hollywood, and once I make it there, I'm sure to make you mine for good. And maybe if this label guy signs my band, then I'll be a rock star, and you'll watch me play at an LA bar, or maybe Starland Ballroom, and our eyes will meet from the crowd, and the music won't seem so loud, 'cause it's just you and I, my Katie.
Power Shop, this is Pam.
Hi, Pam. Jack Ravat. I'm calling about getting some information on a personal trainer.
Okay. Are you a member here?
What I'd like to do is find out if you have some type of trainers that can work with my body type.
I have a graduate of the Wellness Fitness program up at SDSU.
I don't want to get into any kind of a fancy program. I'd like to get a trainer who will put me on the mat, get me on the bench, and just, you know, work me and get me into shape as quickly as possible.
And he is
I don't know if there's a guy that does that in your program,
yep,
or if there's somebody that you like about, then I'll see him. But I got to make sure that it's somebody who's really got the stuff that it takes to get me in and whip me into shape. Do you have anything like that?
Yeah, his name's Eric.
What are your hours?
We open at 5:30 in the morning and
Give it to me so that I can write that down. I want to write this down so I know exactly what your hours are. So go ahead. What are the hours?
I started to Monday through Thursday, 5:30
What are your hours? And then give it to me starting on Monday after the weekend.
If you would just be quiet for one moment, I'll give you my hours. I am open 5:30 a.m.
Been doing this for a while?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And he has credentials and things like that.
But you just told me you didn't care about that because I started telling you that he was a graduate of a wellness fitness program at SCSU.
I just need to know that he has got the credentials that I need to have because I don't want to be training with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. So what has he done? What kind of credentials does he have?
I just told you. Maybe you just need to come in and meet with him, and he can explain to you.
I think we got off on the wrong foot here. I'm just trying to find out.
I think so too.
I'm trying to, I'm so stressed out from being out of shape.
You keep asking
what I'd like to do is I'd like to just find out when I could see him and what the hours are, but I'm not hearing what that is.
Because you keep asking me a question.
Okay, just tell me what the hours are. I'll write those down, and then we can figure out when I could see this Eric guy who has credentials or not. I don't know if he has credentials.
He is a graduate of the Wellness Fitness
and
Program.
Don't forget to tell me what the hours are too, because I want to.
I have tried 7 times to tell you what the hours are.
Okay.
Excuse me, could you just stop for one moment? Just stop. I have tried 7 times to tell you what the hours are. Every time I start to tell you what the hours are, you ask me another question.
I think you need to be a little more assertive on the phone, to be honest.
I'm being very assertive on the phone, but you keep interrupting
me. Every
me.
time I try to talk, you talk over me, ma'am.
No, you talk over me.
Let me just finish
you
what I'm
ask me a question, I try to answer the question, you ask me another question.
If I can work out in the morning, say from 9 or from 8:30 to 9:45, will he be able to help me out with that?
I would have to check with his schedule and make sure that
Okay, ma'am, you have to let me finish. I did not finish. This is a dialogue, not a monologue.
I would have to check with his schedule.
Right, do you ever shut up?
Okay, American Mary. This is starring Katharine Isabelle as Mary Mason. Antonio Cupo as Billy Barker. I think he's the guy who runs the club. Tristan Risk? Tristan? Beatrice? That's a girl's name? Tristan? Do you know I know a guy named Tristan?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it can be. The girl's name was Tristan in Blair Witch 2, the wife. It just, yeah.
David
Blair Witch 2 reference. Good one, Jamie. Good reference to the worst movie ever made.
I know people who love Blair Witch 2.
What?
Yeah.
What? No, get out.
They think it's cool. Hey, dude, there's something for everybody.
I like Blair Witch 2.
Dude, fuck
I do. I think it's fun. Well, okay, but what does that have to do with this?
I love Ghoulies too.
I'm just kidding, dude. That's weird. That's the worst movie ever. Why do you like that movie?
What? It is not the worst movie ever.
Yes, it is.
It is so not.
You should look at some of my screeners I got this year.
You are crazy.
No, it's not the worst. But you're right. That is a bad movie. Can we agree that it's a bad movie?
All right, David Lovegren as Dr. Grant, which we'll definitely get into him.
I'm just kidding.
Paula Lindbergh as Ruby Real Girl. I think that's the girl who had her nipples removed. And Clay St. Thomas, I don't know how far I'm going to go on this, as Dr. Walsh. I have no idea who really... we all only saw this once. So.
Well, yeah, and you got to know one name, Katharine Isabelle, because it's her movie. And
exactly.
it's a one-woman show. There's some other key characters in it, but this is all about her. So
yeah, we're going to get into the characters, so it's not really necessary to know who. It's important who. And this is made by the Soska sisters?
Whoa.
Soska?
Yep. There you go.
Soska, okay. This is a Soska sisters movie, and Catherine just got done telling us that this is, look out for them. All right, so let's do some non-spoilers. We're definitely we're gonna write on our description that we're, at the non-spoiler and spoiler part. We could tell people, like, what happened in the first, I don't know, we'll go 25 minutes and then stop. Because I don't think that's a spoiler. I think that's just setting it up so you guys can decide whether or not you think this is cool enough to watch, all right?
Wait, are we talking for 25 minutes, or are we talking at the 25-minute mark? Okay, good.
Thank you, Dan. I had the same question.
Okay, good. I was like, wait a minute.
No, I don't have all night here.
Yeah.
All right.
Especially on non-spoiler review, too. God damn.
Exactly. All right, yeah. Don't spoil it for 25 straight minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck with that. Ready?
All right, yeah, go.
Stopwatch, go. All right.
Yeah,
So Mary Mason is Katharine Isabelle, like we said. She's basically a broke med student who can't even afford her cell phone bills. She goes into a strip club for a job interview, which I thought was great. It was a great idea of hers. The problem is that Katharine Isabelle, as you just heard, does not actually get naked in any movie, so it wouldn't have paid off for us guys either way. So
yeah, but it paid off because we saw her fucking scantily clad on the motherfucking pole, dude.
Yes.
Come on now. And you've never seen that from her, and she's smoking, dude. Would you agree though that you haven't seen her body fucking, in any other movie like this?
Not like this.
Oh, good lord. Yeah. Smoking.
So instead of getting the job, she's offered $5,000 to do surgery on some dude who's lying dead on a table. Almost dead. Dying. He's dying on the table.
Yeah,
something's wrong with him. I didn't know what was wrong with him. I don't know if you guys did.
It's some back alley fucking thing, but wasn't it to cause him more pain, the first one? Like, I thought it was, I don't know.
I thought she saved his life. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Well, I couldn't quite tell. At one point, I was under the impression that it was like a mob thing.
Exactly.
That it was a torture thing.
Right.
Like in Bound or something. And then, or Goodfellas or whatever, pick one. And then at another time, I thought maybe they hired her to bring him back so that they could then, not bring him back, but keep him stable so that they could then torture him longer,
yeah, okay.
You know what?
Which would be extraordinarily brutal, and I'd love that. So I hope that's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. This is definitely, you gotta watch this twice.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was one of those. It was either she saved him for one reason or the other, but the main thing is it was like this, like, back alley fucking surgery type of shit that, cause that shit goes on though, man,
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole fucking underworld of people stealing kidneys and people like,
Oh, yeah. That's what this whole movie is. It's like, Mary is a med student who's broke. She gets to do this operation in a back alley type of deal because she has some knowledge at this point in her, school career. And someone is impressed with her work who looks like Betty Boop, who is really fucking scary looking.
I did not get Betty Boop at all. I didn't get that until, they basically said, because just looking at her, I didn't get it.
Oh, you didn't get that? That's what they were going for?
No.
Oh, I got that.
No, I didn't even. And even after I knew, I still didn't get it. I mean, I still just didn't see it.
Who, basically what we're saying is that she had plastic surgery to the point where she looked like Betty Boop. And she even talked like her. She dressed like her, I guess, if she was a human. And not always in the same dress every time you drew her.
And who does she introduce you to? Like, it's a friend, right?
Yeah, she introduces Mary. She says, I have a friend who really needs a whacked-out surgery. So, Mary, and I don't know what she offers her. I forgot the denomination, but Mary says, okay. Like I said, she's broke. She'll, she's all into it now.
She'll do something strange for a little piece of change.
This hot chick, I think, to begin with, wants her nipples and vagina slit removed.
So she can look like a Barbie.
She wants to look like a Barbie doll. Like, literally. Did this chick learn how to piss out of her asshole?
Yeah, how does that work?
What she said to her was make it as small as possible. Like, make the opening as small.
Oh, okay, so that explains the ending.
So she will be able to urinate, but she will not be able to do anything else, which
we'll find out the result of that later.
Well, that makes so much sense, but yet it's still so creepy.
It's bizarre, actually. I don't even... Hey, I'm okay with it. I really don't care. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's cool.
It makes for a good movie, dude, because there are people out there like this. So, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, the other main character, is a club owner who's kind of like, he's a major alcoholic, which is really cool. You know how, like, some movies, people think that, like, True Romance wouldn't have been the same movie if everyone wasn't smoking, and Fight Club wouldn't have been the same movie if
everyone wasn't fighting.
No, this guy is always drinking in every single scene. And it actually does set a tone. It does set his character, and it really brings you into the movie. And what I liked about this movie, actually, is that this movie was one of those movies where you get sucked into their world. The same way, like, you take the descent with Mary. I did anyway. The same way that you took the thing with the guy from the Midnight Sun. Remember that, Dan?
Right. Oh, yeah. And I'm glad you just said that, bro. Yeah, you're right. But not in a world like Moonrise Kingdom or a Tim Burton movie. I think what you're saying is you get immersed so much into the characters that you basically see everything from her eyes, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't get sucked.
Really? No, you should have grown a penis.
I didn't. I want to watch it again.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like this is one that I really need to watch again.
That's fair.
And because I like to give movies a chance, I feel like there was enough interesting in this film to make me want to do that, and possibly come out the other end being happy about it. But my initial impression upon my first watch was that the only thing I took away from it was that Katharine Isabelle is amazing and fucking smoking hot, and that was it. Like, it was like nothing.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I understood it. Like, I got what was happening, but the only impression that I got was, wow, Katharine Isabelle was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know.
Well, and a lot of this movie too is it's a simple story, you know. Like you said, she does that operation, and then she slowly starts doing a lot of them, you know.
Yeah.
And
it becomes her whole world.
And a cop's on her trail somewhat, not even really until the end, even. So it's very.
Okay, so what do you think of the movie though? Like, how would you rate this?
Oh, I love it, dude. I love it. I thought the ending was blah. It was nothing. It was. See, that's the thing, though, like, nowadays with horror movies and all this shit, like, this isn't a horror movie, dude. It's got some fucked up shit going on. It's got some cool imagery, but it's a character piece, man. It's a fucking nice, twisted drama, and it's just one of those movies where it's definitely not gonna be for everybody. Nothing amazing. Like I said, about the ending, it's a little lackluster for me. Nothing, I'm not gonna get into spoilers.
Anticlimactic.
Yeah, it's just, it is what it is, you know, and I'm not going to sit there and be like, it didn't do anything for me, because it did. I enjoyed it. But at the same time, it didn't do, like, amazing things for me where I was, like, fucking jumping into my pool, like, Cannonball, American Mary, man.
I really liked it. I was totally into this. I liked every theme. I liked every character. I liked the tone. I liked the acting. I liked the story. It was a world I got sucked into, and I loved it. But I will say the ending left me really...
Did it kill it for you, bro? Did it kill it, you think?
I feel like I could watch the whole movie again and still enjoy it, but then when the ending comes, I would almost turn it off before it even got there. Like,
Jamie, did it kill it for you?
No, it didn't help. It was already limping before it got to the end.
See, I don't think it was limping though. See,
no, for me, I said.
Yeah, I know. It did it the whole way, and yes, the ending is very disappointing to me. Not to the point where it's like, wah, 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 like no. not that, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it is, but at the same time, what I'm saying is it doesn't make it like I think this is a bad movie because of that. I just think that it could, and the ending is actually, from a writer's standpoint, it probably looks great on paper.
Absolutely.
It probably does. But from a viewer who's really into this, and then, like, that is the ending, it's like, Ready? Okay, it's spoiler time. Anybody who's going to watch this, turn this off. And you probably already got spoiled by the interview a little bit. So, okay, here we go. So she goes to that party, and she slipped a roofie pretty much by somebody, and then her professor rapes her.
Right.
And that sets up a big part of her character. That's a major thing to talk about, that she was a normal med student who was just trying to get through college, having some problem with money, she had a nana, blah, 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 and suddenly some dude fucking rapes her, dude. That's like big... That's a big deal in in a character's life. So she pays the club owner $5,000, which he paid her a couple nights earlier, to kidnap this dude, and she surgically removes his limbs.
Biatch.
And sews his mouth shut. Like,
and hangs them there like Leatherface does, fucking, except she uses little hooks.
Exactly. Yeah, little hooks, like pinhead hooks.
It's like in A Man Called Horse.
Yeah.
Never seen it. But yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, well, somebody out there will get my reference.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure everybody will. I'm just an idiot.
Yeah, like this is epic to me because I despise rapists. To me, there's somewhere between a cockroach and that white stuff that accumulates in the corner of your mouth when you're really thirsty.
No, that's funny.
You don't know that quote?
Oh.
Yes.
What's the movie? Go ahead. Con Air.
Oh, God damn it. I knew that damn quote. Con Air.
Con Air, John Malkovich. Yeah. He was talking about Danny Trejo, by the way.
Yeah.
So, you know, she does that. That's awesome because I love rape revenge. Like, I really do believe what I just said, even though I'm just quoting John Malkovich. I really think rapists are the lowest piece of shit in the world. Like, people have opportunities to cheat on their girlfriends, and they don't take it because they have some kind of moral fiber. If you're willing to fucking rape a girl, like, that's the lowest thing in the world. Like, she won't give it to you. She's just gonna... I mean, come on.
Yeah, you fucking lowlife, dude. I'm with you, man. Nothing incites anger more than a rapist. For me.
Exactly. Yeah. You're a lowlife sack of shit. You're a true piece of human garbage.
Yeah, but dude, like, all right, and we're like misogynistic in a lot of ways because we like to fuck around and shit like that. But dude, like, if somebody touches
you
a
are
chick,
not
like,
misogynistic. You're absolutely not. I mean, you joke around a lot,
exactly.
but you are not misogynistic. I mean, you guys are. I don't know. And anyone whoever would ever think that about you guys, you're not.
Well,
I wouldn't be hanging with you if you were, you know.
No, I fuck around and make stupid jokes. But what I'm saying, is, you're right. Yeah, exactly, and you get it. But like, if push comes to shove, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, it's our job, dude, as fucking guys, to like protect fucking women. It's like
I'm gonna take each of you on an arm, and then we're gonna like walk through
the red brick road.
Because Alex wants to see what's down there.
I want to see what's down there.
And I'll bet there's something a whole lot worse than lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh God, what's down the red brick road? Jesus Christ.
Dude, think about it. If there's crazy flying monkeys, fucking, you know. And
yeah, the yellow one, yeah.
That's not, yeah, that's the good one. Yeah, I can't even imagine, dude.
Well, in all fairness, they flew to her. They could have traveled from the red. We don't really know.
Phantoms and ghosts.
Like I said, man, I have a feeling that you'd start walking down, open up a door, the shit would be a cathedral, you'd see a fucking midget walking around.
I'm Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. Woo. Hey, how did everybody like our singing? We are on drugs, yeah. They loved it. They loved it. Dude, I got so much feedback. They said, when are we going to start the Skeleton Crew band?
I cut that into an MP3.
Oh, monkeys.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, so I love that when this dude's hanging on the hooks with no arms and legs. Beautiful, by the way. Oh, by the way, when I was a kid, my English teacher used to make us write stuff. Like, you know, whatever. So I wrote that if somebody cuts me off on the highway, I want to surgically remove their arms and legs and fly a helicopter and throw them into the ocean full of sharks.
With frickin' laser beams attached to their frickin' heads?
Dude, I'm not kidding. I actually sent this in to my teacher.
Did she send you to the principal?
That's just for cutting you off in traffic?
I don't know what I wrote, and I don't know if it was that one, because I have another one where I said I want to slide a guy off a slide full of razor blades into a bucket of lemon juice or something like that.
Wait a minute. What grade are you in when this craziness?
I know, that's a grosser than gross joke.
Definitely 9th grade.
So who cut you off? Because you weren't driving at that point.
I know. I don't know. I don't even know how he came up with that.
Alex pictures in his mind he's a truck driver. Yeah, I'd fucking flip him off if he fucking cut me off.
Yeah, how would I even know that? Maybe I was mad that somebody did it to my dad or something.
Maybe, dude. That's so funny. Okay, continue.
Isn't that weird? Yeah, but I wrote that. So it's weird that she removed his arms and legs, because that's exactly what I would do to somebody I want to really pay back. So it's just, I'm sorry. That's why I threw that in there.
I always want to break people's fingers. Like, I just fucking twist their finger back. You cocksucker.
Yeah, I always wanted to rip their nails off with
rapists, though. You just rapists, like as nasty as it is, like she did. Eventually, too. Didn't she fucking cut off his dick and balls?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do, man. As nasty as it would be, I wouldn't want to touch it, but just to cut it off, just so they could live with that shit.
Yeah.
And be like, I have no dick.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that must be a fate worse than death.
That's the voice, too. I would have no dick.
If I had no dick, I'm going to tell you, I'd kill myself. I wouldn't be okay just sitting in a chair watching TV forever in a mental institution. I would just kill myself, because without my dick, I'm nothing.
And if you were like, hey, Dan, I can't bring myself to kill myself. I got no dick. Kill me. I'd kill you too.
Exactly.
I feel bad for you, and I want you to do the same for me. So
yeah, if I ever lose my dick, please kill me.
I mean, I can deal with losing a ball.
Oh, who cares about your balls?
Exactly. It's like it's a ball.
Yeah.
And you still get the sack intact. You still get your dick that gets hide. It's like you're good to go. But dude, your cock's gone, dude. I'm
out, man. I am out.
I am out like trout. No doubt.
Yeah, I don't need anything else. I don't need any other experiences. I don't care if I'm rich.
What about you? Would you freak out if you lost your dick?
If somebody removed the thing on your squeeze box and you couldn't feel or enjoy sex anymore, would you like to jump off a building?
If somebody poked their straw in your juice box.
No.
No?
No, because that's not the only way I get pleasure.
Yes, it is. For me, it is.
But it's the most important way.
No, it's really not.
Really? You and of all people.
No. What?
What is then? What is?
Yeah, what does give you pleasure?
Like, if I get butterflies in my stomach, dude, that shit's going straight to my dick eventually.
Yeah, and if you say this show, I'm going to start charging to be in the dungeon.
Yeah,
Are you serious? Like, you really...
Why, is it weird? Is this a confession or something?
No, it's not a confession. No, I'll tell you, is that giving pleasure gives me.
My God. All right. So anyway, the security guard comes in the room and he tries to rescue this guy. And he pulls a Rob Dyer.
I'm dead serious about that. And I mean physical pleasure, too, because 3 separate times in my life,
Oh, my God. No, but, okay.
I'm dead serious, and one was about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, well, we believe you. We believe you.
Holy Christ. Thank you for elaborating, Jamie.
But wait, that doesn't go on the air.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay, so anyway.
No.
So the security guard tries to save the day, and he pulls a Rob Dyer on us, or a Sleepaway Camp 3 cop on us. And it's an anticlimactic non-rescue.
Right.
And he's done. So at that point, that was good though, because I was feeling a little tense there.
It was good. Yeah, there was some solid scenes, dude.
Does anybody remember any of the what the F moments? There's only a couple. Like one I can remember is the Heartless scene where the professor tells her to go in the room and tell a family that the dad had a heart attack, and he goes, "Okay, go back in and tell him that he's dead." That's one where I was like, oh, yeah. Alrighty then.
And dude, I love that scene though. She's like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, she's like, okay.
And one of the what the fuck moments I literally said, what the fuck, was when the Soska sisters came in to the fucking strip club, and then she fucking goes to kiss the stripper and fucking bites off her bottom lip.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Or what about when the twins wanted their arms switched?
Oh my God, yeah, I know. See, that's bizarre. And I wonder... They said they did a lot of research and shit on that. I wonder if fucking people really want that. Like,
dude, I believe that.
I believe it. Oh, it's definitely. But can you imagine that, dude? Like, I don't know.
No, I can't imagine any of this.
To me, like, that doesn't make any sense. But to some people, it obviously must. So it's like, all right, yeah, go for it. So it's whatever. But dude, there are people out there that fucking want that shit. It's mind-boggling to me, dude.
Dude, look at people that get like whacked out belly rocker tattoos that say absolute moronic things, and they got it because they were really into a movie. People like that they're not nuts by definition, but they just do impulsive things that make no sense. If somebody got a belly rocker that said, "What would Jason do?" you would think they're insane. Like, you like a movie that much?
Well, no, I would totally get that. I love it.
Fuck.
Oh boy.
I don't know if that was so impulsive, but like it was just one of those things where people were crazy, you know?
Yeah. So anyway, so we talked about the what the F moment with her when she deletes her Nana from the phone instantly after she dies. So
I love that scene.
Yeah, I love it. That's why I had to bring it up. Okay, let's get to the ending.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Wait, we're not going to go scene by scene?
No, dude. We're switching that shit up.
Shit.
So, why, did you want to talk about one more scene? Because I'm going to get to the ending here.
I just thought that's how you podcast.
Yeah, but remember how I said I hate that? So I'm trying to better myself, Dan.
Kidding, I know.
Oh, okay. So, the ending, like we said, is...
You know why people love us? Because we have our shit together. That's
exactly.
Because we get each other's sarcasm.
Obviously, I didn't get that just now, but...
Did you miss that one too, Alex?
Yeah. All right, here we go. So, the ending is a total letdown, as we said. Now we'll tell you why. So, I don't know why it was so unclear and or anticlimactic, but Beatrice is beat up. She tells Mary someone is coming for her because she gave him her address, and...
It's coming for you, Mary. Mary, why you bugging?
Yeah, she did it so he'd stop beating her. So, suddenly this dude just attacks Mary out of nowhere, stabs her, he leaves. I don't even remember. I think he leaves, and Mary sews herself up, but dies anyway. So, it turns out who the guy was the husband of the girl who wanted her nipples and pussy removed and her pussy smaller.
Yeah, it wasn't even for the crazy shit that she did.
No, it had nothing to do with like the guy whose limbs were removed or anything, or all the other stuff. It was because of that girl in the very beginning when she really got into this.
What do you think that represents, like, you know, that happening?
Well, he was obviously pissed. He didn't realize he could just flip her over.
But what did you... Yeah, right? You can't...
I don't know.
What do you think that represented, though, like, to you guys? Because having not, you know, somebody coming after the dude, having it be kind of, not a random dude, but not like one of the
Nobody we knew? Dude, here's the thing about it. Who the hell knew who he was?
That's what I'm saying.
We saw a picture of him.
Oh, yeah, I remembered that.
Exactly. Yeah. But, well...
Are you serious, Jamie? Did you see a picture of him?
Yeah, when they first met, and she took Mary to the apartment, and she's like, oh, you know, well, she's looking at it, and she's like, that's her husband.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I want everybody to be honest. I guess Jamie is being honest because she only saw it once. But Dan, did you know that?
No, I remember fucking... Wait, I thought it was... Yeah, didn't she have a picture of him or something, though?
There was a picture of...
Yeah.
You knew who that was.
Oh, no, but I did when they said it was her husband, I remembered it being like, oh yeah, that was a scene with that or whatever. But here's what I'm getting at, guys. To me, that just shows that if you start doing shit like that and fucking getting in deep and fucking, you know, mucking around in the dirt like that, something...
In the underbelly of society.
Anything, really. If you fuck with anything for too long, something's gonna get you. And it turned out with that, it wasn't a big thing. I don't know. Maybe this is just me, but to me, it just seemed like, you know, if you play with fire, you're gonna get burned. And it wasn't necessarily like, a specific, like, yo, fucking, it's this dude's it was just some random guy, and I think they chose a random guy to just kind of show that, you know, if you choose this lifestyle, if you continue to do certain things, like, something's gonna catch up with you. And I think they were trying to make a point with it being somebody lesser known, like that guy. See what I'm saying?
No, yeah, like I said, on paper, this is great.
Right.
I just don't, as a viewer, I was just like, well... There was a good movie that just kind of ended.
Right, exactly.
I don't know. Jamie, if you knew who that was, tell me your reaction to this.
I told you my reaction. I sat there and I was like, huh. I thought the sequences at the end looked really good. I mean, that was one thing I do have to say about this movie is it looked good. The very end, I just sat there and said, huh.
Right, dude.
And what I did was I turned to Jen, because she was watching it with me. I turned to Jen and I said, well, Katherine Isabelle's hot. And she's like, yeah. And that was it.
Well, I love how you watch with a person, because you can at least get two perspectives. So, wait, did she know who that was?
Yeah.
She did? What am I, an idiot?
She actually said it before I did.
She said that's the guy in the picture?
Yeah.
I don't even recall, like, seeing his face.
Me either, yeah. Me either.
No.
Something, but yeah.
Please don't pay attention to shit.
No, oh, come on. Have you heard me dissect for a year?
No, it's fucking, dude.
No, I don't.
That at all.
You listen to their you used to listen to this show before you got on it. Get out of here.
Guys, it's because we fucking watched this movie 3 weeks ago.
That must be it. No, Dan, but at the same time, when I watched it, I didn't know what the fuck was going on when this guy killed her. I was like, well, why is he killing her?
On this show thread, people chime in if you knew that or not, because I don't remember it. I put it together in my head afterwards or whatever, but like it didn't jump out at me. Like you caught that, Jamie? You are a fucking sleuth.
Yeah, you're good. I mean, I thought I was really like observant.
Tell Jen she's awesome too. You know,
I don't
you guys.
think it requires that much sleuthing. I mean,
Get out of here! Yes, it does.
Don't dare put us down.
It's not like I predicted the end of The Sixth Sense or something. You know,
Jamie, this was not obvious.
I'm gonna come over there and
whatever. Okay, we can go on forever with this. All right. So, what do you guys think? Jamie, one. No, we don't do that. Okay. Netflix ratings.
It's a 3. I liked it.
You liked it. All right.
I liked it.
Dan.
Yeah, man, I liked it. I can't say I really liked it or anything
really?
like that. So, yeah, I don't review for anybody to like listen to my reviews
and then buy it.
Dude, I have a microphone and I'm just spitting fucking what I like. I'm not trying to sell shit.
I don't even want the guilt of your buyer's remorse. You know what I mean? Like, don't ever go by me.
Go by what Jamie
There
says.
have been times when I was so sure of a movie that I offered a money-back guarantee.
Are you broke?
I was like, if you don't like this movie, I will buy it from you. And that wasn't like a general, I didn't put that in a review, but I mean, I've said that to people who've like responded to a review, and then I would be like, you know what? Yeah, buy it. If you don't like it, I'll buy it from you.
There you go. That's solid.
I've never had to buy it.
So how many copies of whatever head do you have?
How much
Rawhead Rex?
Rawhead Rex. How many copies of that are in your apartment?
Nice. None.
I'm going to go with Dan. I don't even want to give a rating. All I'm telling you is this. I am telling you, if you liked Midnight Sun, I think you'll like this. It sucks you into a world, and but would I buy Midnight Sun? No. I'm kind of okay with seeing it once. So if I were you guys, I would just hope it comes on Netflix or rent it. That's my suggestion. Rent it on Redbox.
Well, and I think if you're trying to end a movie, you try and go for something, and if that's what they were trying to go for, okay, that's fine. For me, it doesn't do much.
On screen, it doesn't do much.
It doesn't do much, yeah, and it may be perfect for some people, and that's what we're saying. It's like whatever, like it's a good movie, period. And then from there, we can discuss whether we like the ending or not. But we're not saying fuck the ending and this movie sucks. No, it's a good movie.
There's always going to be something that eventually will come around and bite you in the ass, and on that premise, it's a great ending.
Right.
But
yeah.
I just didn't feel like it was great when it happened. You know what I mean? Maybe if I watch it again, now that I know what actually happened, because I didn't know that when I watched it, if I know now and I watch it, just like Cabin in the Woods, I tried watching that under the pretense of I know now what's going on.
Did you say you fell asleep?
Dude, I was 45 minutes in, which is always the mark of a movie that I always look at the clock. That for some reason I'm a 45-minute guy. I have seen hundreds of movies where I'm watching and my eyes dip down to see where I am, and it's always between 43 and 45 minutes.
Right.
I do the same thing. I always I'll end up pausing a movie, and I just did it 3 times this weekend actually, watching movies on Netflix, and I was exactly halfway through the movie.
Right. Yeah, there's always there's something about it's almost like the film or the editor. I don't know how it happens, but there's always that point, and it's always around that time. I don't know how it works, but it's always that time that I wonder. All right, there's a lull here, and I start looking down. And it's always that time.
Well, there's a lull in the story. Did you watch the damn movie?
Just kidding, dude.
You're such an asshole. So, Cabin in the Woods, I paused it at 45 minutes and I went to sleep for 2 hours. It put me to sleep for 2 hours. And then I woke up and it was like 7:30. I was like, shit. Then I went to watch the rest of Cabin in the Woods and I didn't even get past like...
I don't understand you, man. That movie
I know,
is
dude.
awesome.
So fucking...
I'm sorry. I couldn't take that phony stoner voice like, hey guys, I don't think that we should be kind of looking around here, because shouldn't we go back upstairs? Like that phony...
Why do you sound like a Mexican?
He said his voice... Dude, that phony... That's what he was doing. He was doing the Cheech Marin voice. He was like... Can we just go back upstairs, guys, and smoke more weed? Like, I think he was kind of channeling Cheech Marin there.
Don't beg me, man. Go to the kitchen.
Hey, man, the whole car's made out of marijuana.
I didn't even like I didn't like his character. He was too up on it. But even his first line, dude.
I'm so sick of the smart pothead, too.
That's what I'm saying. Well, they tried to encapsulate everything in that first line, and he goes... People around here drive in a counterintuitive manner. That's all I gotta say about that. Or something like that. It's like, shut up, dude. You're an asshole.
Howdy, folks. You like blood, violence, freaks and nature? You come to the right place. My name is Gary, and I'm your guide to Cinema Beef Podcast. Every episode, we not only deliver film reviews, we also dismantle some of your favorite and most hated films. Sometimes for the better, and sometimes for the worse.
Hey, you shut your face! If we want to hear you talk, I will shove my arm up your ass and work your mouth like a puppet.
All right, calm down. Every show I hope to have a new co-host, podcasters, listeners alike. That's right, I'm talking to you people. I take all comers.
You're sluts.
That's not very nice. The only rules, well, let's ask the best cooler in the business.
All you have to do is follow 3 simple rules. 1, never underestimate your opponent. Expect the unexpected. 2, take it outside. Never start anything inside the bar unless it's absolutely necessary. And 3, be nice.
So join the insanity and please vent your frustrations. I'm available on TalkShoe, iTunes, and Stitcher Smart Radio. And remember, here at the Cinema Beef Podcast, if you got beef, I've got the grinder.
Does a good comic book storyline matter when you're trying to make a movie? In other words, do you have to fucking, with the Mandarin, do you have to stick to the source material so closely? Because a lot of those stories, dude, don't translate into good movies. Let's face it. So I think when you're making
dude, you see, you know what I'm thinking, dude? Like when you have a comic book, you have 1 billion stories to pull from. You better not make a bad movie.
Exactly, dude. Your goal is to make a good movie, not to make, oh, this is fucking in reference to, oh, see, no, we reference the source material here, and there. It's like, no.
So you're okay if they stray from the source material?
Yeah, dude, that's what it's all about. You're making a movie.
What about X-Men 3, dude?
X-Men 3 can fucking suck my dick. X-Men 3, no, and I'm glad you fucking said that. X-Men 3 can suck my dick, but you know what, dude? That's why they're getting the director back, because he lost control in that one a little bit. He's doing Days of Future Past, dude. They're combining the best X-Men First Class, with McAvoy and, what's his name, Michael Fassbender. They're taking that, and then they're merging it with Wolverine and Jean Grey, and God, I hope they bring Cyclops back. They never saw Cyclops die, and then he's my favorite X-Men of them all. They made him a bitch, dude, in those movies. He was a punk. He wasn't dude, Cyclops is the boss, dude. He's the leader. He used to rip shit up with his glasses, dude. He used to be
now they made him some emo asshole.
And then he died in the third one?
Yeah, because, what's her name said take your glasses off.
Yeah, man, exactly.
And then you don't see him again.
And the new Wolverine coming out, dude. I've always been a Wolverine fan, okay? And me and Alex have talked about this before, where in the first X-Men, it's very
All right, here's what they did.
Yeah, nothing happens in the movie.
They made the mutants. They tried to make them just as human and get not as human, but like make them as real as possible, whatever. And I think that was one of the first comic book movies. So where we're at now, as far as comic book movies, you have to amp it up, and it has to be those characters. And they tried that in X-Men 3. They didn't even use real bullets in that whole battle. The only cool thing about that was
what do you mean by that?
They used the tranquilizer bullets to turn them.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, it was the Cure.
The Cure, exactly. And Wolverine's always been my favorite dude, but from the first movie, as soon as he saw Rogue, and you saw like his humanity, dude, I'm like,
things changed around right away.
This isn't Wolverine, dude. Wolverine.
He was Wolverine in the very beginning when he was fighting in the cage.
And even in that stupid and this is all right, not your argument, bro, but I remember you saying this, and it didn't like anger me, but I'm like, no, dude, believe me, trust me. With that other Wolverine movie, dude. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that was the worst movie ever, dude.
Now, technically, that's a movie, in the Wolverine War, so I guess what? This is
Wolverine
the second
Origins.
one? Yeah, it's an origin. And then they made every other mutant. They had the dude from... Oh, dude, that was retarded. So anyway,
the guy with no mouth.
Oh,
the guy who played the dad in Amityville Horror.
Deadpool is one of the baddest motherfuckers ever, dude. And then Ryan Reynolds would have been an incredible Deadpool if they made Deadpool rated R, which is the only way you can do it. Deadpool is a killer, crazy motherfucker. And he always wears a mask. Yeah, they made Ryan Reynolds mouth, dude. Come on. So, yeah, Deadpool, though, they fucked that character up. But furthermore, dude, they didn't make Wolverine the badass that he was always meant to be. Now, with this next movie, dude, takes place after X-Men 3, before Days of Future Past or whatever. So they're not fucking with the timeline. This ain't an origin story. It's nothing, dude. It's straight up the next movie, and it's gonna be the fucking Wolverine movie. These dudes that made it are huge comic book fans, dude, and they know exactly what
they know what's up.
Yeah, they know what's up, dude. And I have faith in that from listening to interviews and seeing all the previews coming up. Dude, this is gonna be the fucking movie. And Days of Future Past, are you kidding me, dude? X-Men First Class was brilliant, dude. That was a brilliant...
Amazing movie.
Amazing, dude. Amazing. So, what they're doing now, like I said, I don't know if you've heard or whatever, but they're combining, dude. It's going to be a timeline thing with travel through time, dude. They're going to have both casts in it now. Are you kidding me, dude? Nerd bone.
Just please don't cast Halle Berry again.
You know, dude, she's getting way too old, huh?
Oh my god. Dude, do you know that Halle Berry hit somebody with her car?
Remember that.
And she just backed up and drove home, and then she claimed that she never remembered it happening, so she got off with it?
Mm-hmm.
She literally was driving home, I don't know if he was drunk or what, but she hit someone with her car. I think she killed them.
Did she? Oh, I remember hearing about this on TMZ.
And because she's rich and famous, and Halle Berry... she never was charged with anything.
Unbelievable.
And she drove home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, if any of us did that, we'd be in jail. Just like the dude Kennedy.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, what about
Ted Kennedy? Ted Kennedy.
Yeah, the Kennedy that fucking killed the girl. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
He fucking hit her over the head with a brick or whatever the fuck he did. Yeah, man. You're right.
Ted Kennedy drove into a lake or something. Yeah. Drowned the girl who was with him drowned. He crawled out of the lake, got a ride back to his hotel or whatever it is, slept, woke up, and called the cops and told them about what happened.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad you got your beauty rest.
The reason he did that is because he was drunk.
Yep. What an asshole.
And he waited till he sobered up and nobody could say he was drunk.
Jesus, dude.
Like, all these rich assholes, dude... like, she's a piece of shit. Don't ever support anything Halle Berry does.
Yeah, man. You're right.
Not that you wouldn't be mistaken to support Catwoman, because that's a piece of shit.
Oh, God, dude. Yeah, that doesn't even count. Yeah, but, dude, X-Men over... yeah, you're right, though, about the Halle Berry thing, dude.
Yeah, she has a new movie out called The Call or something like that, where somebody calls from, like, a trunk because they're kidnapped in a car. Do not support that.
Hey, check this out, man. They're making a new Fantastic Four movie, rebooting the whole fucking thing.
They're getting rid of all the people?
No, yeah, oh yeah, starting...
What about that hot piece of ass Jessica Alba, dude?
Oh, that's the only thing.
That's the only loss, right?
Yeah, man. But Fox owns both X-Men and Fantastic Four, so you'll probably see a couple crossover films, if not just one or whatever. Fox owns those two or whatever, and then Marvel owns basically fucking all the rest or whatever. But I heard they just acquired the rights back to Blade and Ghost Rider too. Marvel did.
Oh God! Stop with the Ghost Rider. Even though Eva Mendes is hot as hell.
Yeah, man. Dude, they made a second one, which, dude, everybody was like, "Yo, they fucked up the first movie, dude. This one's gonna be good." Yo, that movie sucked ass.
They both sucked,
dude. Isn't that horrible, dude? Like, yo, Nick Cage. Like, all right, I'm gonna try it. He's trying so hard, and I don't think it was necessarily his fucking fault. But God, man, those movies suck.
Do you know that Nicolas Cage was actually gonna be Superman at one point?
Oh my God, do I?
And they'd said he's too old and he has no hair, so that would be ridiculous. So they cast this new guy for Superman.
That whole movie, dude, is a whole fucking story, man.
Real quick, let's just give our overall on the Superman movies really fast. The first one, nothing happened, right? Nothing happened in that movie.
Wait,
it was a bore.
Which one?
The first Superman.
Like Christopher Reeve?
Yeah, it was like the first X-Men. Nothing.
The first Superman, I'm so glad you said that, dude. The first Superman is boring. It's cool where, like, if you've never seen Superman on screen, I'm sure it was cool. Oh my God, he lifted a helicopter. Oh my God. But you know what, dude? You're right. I'm glad you said that. Second one, Zod, go ahead.
That's good.
Dude, one of the best fucking movies ever. Well, for that time anyways.
For that, you know why? I'm glad you said that. Because I watched it, I bought part 1, 2, and they wouldn't sell me 3 or 4.
Good. You're
but they sold me 1, 2, and the new Superman with Brandon Routh.
Oh God! At least you didn't get Superman 4. The quest for people.
Oh, dude, we should review that.
Dude.
They put those 3 on Blu-ray, and I bought it because that's the only way you can get them without paying a crazy amount of money for the first 4.
I'm glad you said that though, Brandon Routh. Okay, let's go over this movie real quick.
Well, really quick though.
Yeah.
But
okay, sorry.
I just watched part 2 again.
Oh.
And it's good.
Right.
But it's not what it was when you were a kid.
Right.
It's just not that great.
Yep.
It was mostly like watching those 3 people in the black suits. Mm-hmm. It was like watching Lex Luthor just try to convince them not to kill him and to go along with his plans.
Right.
That seemed to be the bulk of the movie in my perception, while they just did a couple things that were sort of a big deal. Like, I don't know. It just didn't seem like that big of a... Like, if this movie came out today, whoa.
Yeah.
It would be bad. Like, really bad.
Yep.
But having half of a nostalgic thing in me,
right.
It was still okay, but it wasn't that great.
Yep. And 3, man, Richard Pryor tried to save that movie. That, to me, I remember seeing Superman 3 a lot as a kid with Richard.
I liked it as a kid.
I did too, man, but you look at that movie now, and it's a mess, dude, with the stock market and...
But what about when they turned the lady into a robot at the end? Dude, that was always crazy to me.
Yeah, that was... Dude, you're right.
Yeah, and I want to watch it again now, being older, and I want to see how that scene really affects me.
I know, right? Point. Yeah. So
I bet you it's like nothing.
But I want to get to the Brandon Routh one. I want to get your thoughts on
Yeah, go ahead, because I never saw it. I have it, but I never watched it. Dude, I can't. I heard it was horrible.
Oh, my God. All right, well, check it out. So what they were trying to do with that is fucking reference the first one. I think they used the same music, dude. They chose... All right, let's give Brandon Routh this, man. He was a fucking great pick for Superman. Like he looks like him, right?
I don't know. I didn't really look at him.
He looks like Superman should look to me. Okay, whatever. I saw that movie, dude. I've never been more disappointed with a fucking movie in my entire life, dude. I mean, come on. You got Kevin Spacey, okay. There's so much potential for a great fucking movie, right? And a lot of these points that I'm going to say, or not a lot, I'm not going to talk about it for too long, but one of the main things is, okay, it's supposed to take place after Superman, what is it, 3? Yes.
Is it really?
It's supposed to take place after Superman either 2 or 3. Whenever Superman supposedly left to go see what was up with Krypton, to see if there was anybody left from his planet. So in this one, he returns. And he's, oh no, there was nothing there. It was blown up, right? So he's back. Yeah, that was the whole premise. I forget which one left off at that, but yeah, they disregarded one or two.
Not two.
I think it was 3. I think it was 3. Yeah, because isn't 3 the one with Niagara Falls and she finds out that it's, I forget, whatever. Yeah, dude, so it takes place after that. He gets back or whatever, Lois. The whole fucking movie, dude, he's creeping outside of Lois's fucking window just like a weirdo. She's got James Marsden. She's with Cyclops now, the dude who played Cyclops. She's with him now, dude, and she's fucking him. They got a kid together.
What does Jean Grey think of that?
I don't know, dude. She's fucking, I think she's dead, dude. I think a wave hit her. And, isn't that what happened, dude? Yeah, a wave hit her, right? So you got him creeping outside and looking at Cyclops, and he's got the same power as Cyclops. So Cyclops is like, I ain't fucking with him. But, they have a kid together. Well, turns out in the movie that it's Superman's kid. Okay, hold on. Wait a second here. When did Superman rape Lois Lane?
Hey, did you ever hear the one about Superman and Wonder Woman? I'm planning around. No, come on, this is a good one. Superman is flying over Metropolis, right? He's horny as hell, and he's checking out the rooftops, and all of a sudden he sees Wonder Woman sunning herself on the roof of the Justice League, okay? I mean, she's lying there, buck naked, spread eagle, looking like she wants to be fucked, right? So Superman, he said to himself, oh my God, I gotta get myself some of that Wonder Pussy. But then he realizes that he could fly down, do a little fast pumping, and be gone before she even knows it, because he's Superman, right? He's faster than a speeding bullet, right? So Superman, he swoops down, he fucks her so quick she doesn't even see him. Wonder Woman sits up, says, what the fuck was that? And the Invisible Man says, I don't know, but my asshole is killing me.
Oh, I get it. I gotcha. But in no point in the story, though, did they allude to the fact that he fucked Lois Lane. Or do they mention it or anything? Oh, hey, by the way, Superman, I have your kid. Like, anything, dude, nothing. They just make it so, they make it so, it's actually the best part of the movie, dude. It's one of Lex Luthor's henchmen, dude, and he's got this badass tattoo on the back of his head, where it's like a clown face, dude, and he's got a bald head, so it's wicked cool, and he's, holding him down, he's holding the fort down on a ship with Lois and the kid. All of a sudden, the kid fucking throws the piano across the room. Boom, hey, it's Superman's kid or whatever. Dude, the movie, he doesn't throw one punch in the whole fucking movie, dude. Not one punch, dude. He gets a bullet that gets shot at his eyeball, and the bullet just crinkles up, and I was like, whoa, that was cool. That's it, dude. Nothing happens, dude. You know, it is just the weakest movie ever. What they were trying to do is, hey, make him good old Superman or whatever. And you know what, dude? This day and age, that shit ain't gonna fly. No pun intended. That shit ain't gonna work, dude. You gotta have Henry Cavill in there. You gotta have him and Zod fighting in the air. You gotta have Kevin Costner as the dad, dude. Sally Field as the mom. Oh my God, am I ready for Man of Steel, dude? Oh my God, I have never been this excited for a movie since The Dark Knight Rises. Let's hope this one ends up a little better than that did, story-wise, but yes.
I can't wait till we do a show where you get into The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, God, dude, I started my list, dude. Oh, my God. Fucking hell, dude.
All right.
I hope 10 hours. That's what I'm saying, like, I love fucking you guys, dude. Yo, Jake, the Ghoul, yo.
You love fucking them?
When you, yeah.
I was about to say the same thing, Alex, actually. I was thinking the same thing.
I love fucking you guys, dude. Yo. 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 Oh, speaking of fucking TV shows coming back, you guys know where I'm going with this.
Oh, 24.
Thoughts? Anybody?
I guess nobody has any thoughts. You're alone, bitch.
Okay.
Hopefully they don't make anybody a mole who doesn't need to be this time.
Well, that's the whole show.
I know, but certain people that they revealed to be a mole was just like, what? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, what'd you think about season 8? Oh no, Jake, you haven't seen season 8. Ghoul, do you watch 24?
I haven't seen that many shows, but the shows I have seen, I have been more standing on ones. Unfortunately, 24 is not one of them.
Yeah.
Oz, fucking why, shit like that.
Oz is the shit, dude. Oz was another one. Yeah.
Oz fucking made me terrified of people who have been to prison. Like,
yeah.
Prisoners were scary before, but after you see, like, that fucking dude at a BC, like, oh shit, I thought about, like, I'm not even gonna, like, live anymore because, like, I don't want to get thrown in jail over some dumb shit and then end up with a guy like that.
Yeah, I remember when I first got sent to juvenile, I was like, as long as it's not anything like Oz, I'll be okay.
Wait, what'd you go to juvie for?
And you're a bad
What'd
boy.
you go to juvie for?
Damn it, Jamie. What the fuck?
Wait, what?
What'd you go to juvie for, cuz?
Just fighting. I always used to fight a lot.
Did you win a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was a very angry kid.
Then you can keep listening to the show.
I'm an angry kid now, but I can't hit fucking any of the kids I hate because I'm 19 and they're all fuking little bastards in high school who are fucking with people I like.
Yeah, right?
Pieces of shit. Actually, I almost could have got put away for like my whole life last summer because
Oh, do tell.
I got this random ass package in the middle of last July from a man named Jorge Barrera from Phoenix, Arizona. And I got a debit card last May. I went on just a fucking slew of buying shit. Wow. Like I bought fucking everything from my guns to sneakers to fucking random shit I don't even know. But yeah, so I got this random package and I was like, I opened it and it was a internet router. And I was like, I didn't order a fucking internet router. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
And so I like talked to like the person who I was expecting something from, and they're like, "No, I'm not from like Arizona or whatever." I was like, "Oh shit!" So I ended up getting the package. I was expecting it was a pair of sneakers. I ended up getting them, but like this internet router box, I took it out of the package it came, but I never took the fucking router out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just sitting in there, and I was me and my mom decided, just like, oh, just wait, like hold on, see if like the tags got mixed up or something like that.
Right.
And like we'll wait to see if someone from like Amazon or something contacts us. So 2 months go by. It's like middle of September, and I was just home from school on Sunday night, and my mom was cleaning out our computer room, and the router box was in there, and she like figured, oh, no one's like come for it, so I might as well sell it because you can get a fucking lot of money for those things.
Well, yeah.
And so she found like it was worth like $200, and so she was about to like list it, but then she decided she might as well open it to make sure everything's in there.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What was in there?
She opens it. It's a fucking just this rectangle just wrapped in duct tape. She peels some of the duct tape off, and there's like this weird like sticky like substance on it. So she like didn't know what to do, and my brother was coming out of his room. And she's like, what the fuck is this? And he like looks at it and he didn't know either. And they thought it was like anthrax or some like shit like that, or a bomb or something like that.
You knew what it was though.
So I didn't. I know this is the thing. They threw it outside. I was in the pack cave at the time, and my brother opened the door. He's like, God. I was like, what? He's like, you need to come upstairs. I was like, what for? He's like, we might have to call the cops. I was like, what the fuck did you guys do? And so I ran upstairs and I go out there and I just see this rectangle in whatever the fuck it is in duct tape just on my front porch, and I was like, the first thing I thought to myself was obviously is like, oh shit, this is like drugs. And I'll hint, yeah, it was a brick of pure uncut cocaine.
Wow.
Worth a hell of a lot more than $200.
Yeah, right. They said the street value of the thing was priceless, but like the cops, like, who showed up was fucking, like, I don't know if you know about me, like, I love cops and shit like that, like, that's what I want to do when I get out of college, but, the cop who was, like, responded to it was dumb as fuck. He broke protocol, opened the fucking package with one of our kitchen knives on my front porch. To make sure, like, he's like, yeah, this is what they call a brick, and I'm like, oh, no shit, like.
Yeah, thanks, fucking.
And so then this lady, like this police sergeant, who was a lady, had to come, like, she was like taking us back up or whatever, and she like ripped him a new one outside while me and my family were just sitting there like, oh, this is awkward, like,
right?
He broke protocol and he was getting a fucking new asshole point. So yeah, then they got turned in. They'd like question like me and my mom and everything, because like there's like, oh, 18-year-old kid. I'm sure he like is fucking around with some sort of thing like that. But I don't have any like sort of police record or anything. Like I'm a decent kid. I don't like go out and just fucking break into people's houses and shoot people just to get my name on, you know? At least not yet. But,
Not yet.
But yeah, so, like, the cop, like, fucked up. They kept trying to get, like, a hold of me, like, to talk, in quotes, to me, but my, like, lawyer, family lawyer, who's, like, I'm like, we're good family friends with, like, got me out of it. He said he's not coming in until, like, he knows, like, if there's something signed that says, like, he won't get in trouble because, like, they had to clean their report up before they turned it over to the feds. I mean, I would assume, like, they probably would have just fucking thrown me into some sort of involvement, I'm sure, but
right.
Like if my mom hadn't sold it or had sold it, like she'd be in prison, like it's fucked up. But yeah, so my sister was like interning and like she's like well known, like she like excels at fucking being an adult, I guess what you want to call it. I don't know, it's weird. It's all weird for me. And yeah. I don't know what you call it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what this adult shit is like, and I really don't want to find out.
Right? I'm with you, cuz. I'm with you.
You mean she's responsible?
I guess. I mean, she's one of the clan that's responsible, I suppose. I mean, but yeah. So she's like a boss. She's like good friends with like everyone in the police department, and she almost sold that router to one of the cops who works there.
Oh.
And I was like, oh shit, I'm so happy you didn't. They said it's a miracle that no one tried to recover this brick.
That's, dude, see,
which means, like, if someone, like, I could have fucking died as a result of this whole thing. Like, these cartel motherfuckers could have just broken in and fucking killed my whole family, really. Like,
yeah.
Wow. Thank God. Then you couldn't listen to the show.
But yeah, right. I wouldn't be the fucking ghoul under the bed. I'd be the ghoul under 6 feet of dirt. You know, like
the ghoul under the dirt.
The ghoul 6 feet under. Dude,
the ghoul in the dungeon.
Dude, my shit got, my grandmother's car got fucking vandalized by this little fucking retard in my, neighborhood.
Hey, retard, stop vandalizing my car!
Dude, this kid went around, he's just a little punk, dude. He drinks fucking Robitussin, he spray paints.
I'm gonna come down and, like, beat his ass. I'm down.
No, but that's the thing, like...
Give him that brick. He's drinking Robitussin. He needs a brick.
Well, that's what I said, too, yeah.
Accidentally delivered to his house.
I was like, yo, fucking, be a man about it. Come fight me right now. Motherfucker sends his dad over, dude.
Did he beat his dad up?
Exactly. I was like, come on, dude. But anyways, but long story longer, dude, the cop fucking showed up, dude. And he was just like, yo, so what's going on or whatever? And fucking he's trying to put together shit or whatever. And he's like, well, I talked to the kid and he says that, you're into drugs. And I'm like, yeah. So I was like, I smoke mad weed. What does that have to do with anything? And I'm talking
he's not fucking chugging Robitussin.
Straight up. I hate when people are like, oh, you're a pothead or you did. So I'm fucking 10 times smarter than you sober. Fucked up. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll rip you to shit on any level. It's so irrelevant. So when cops think
you're so sexy, Dan.
The only reason I got past my exam without studying was weed. Fuck.
Exactly. Right. But dude, do you know what I'm saying though? Like they think they're so smart, and I'm watching these cocksuckers literally fucking make up a story in their head. Like, yeah, that makes. And I'm looking at them, staring at them. I'm like, is this really where our tax dollars is going? Are you guys like when they go and nap and shit, dude? Like those cocksuckers don't do shit, dude. My boy is a cop, dude. He is the man. He makes fun of all the dudes that fucking sit there on the side of the road and get people and, I'm gonna get my quota. Fuck out of here, dude. This is our government, dude. This is what, don't even get me started on this shit.
Yeah, what happened to serve and protect? Now it's fucking fear and dominate.
That's it, dude.
That shit had to work, though. I mean, that shit worked. Like, that shit that happened in Watertown, like, 3 weeks ago. That shit worked, though. I mean, that shit was fucking...
Cool. Those are good pictures, man. Thank you.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, those are pretty, like, I heard it when it first started. I was like, I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I just heard this shit in my house. I saw almost the gunshots going off from my room.
Did you guys see the videos of the gunshots when they were blowing this dude away?
Yeah, it was, that was like, literally, this dude was hiding, literally, like, 2 minutes away from my house.
Pat, he was probably looking for that brick at your house. That's why he was so close.
All right. I'm sure, like, aside from, that was, like, the biggest thing that happened to Watertown PD since my brick, right? Yeah, but... it went from a terrorist that was by the middle school, like, two or 3 years ago, then my brick, and then another terrorist, like...
Wait, what was the kid's name who was the mastermind? What was his name, Pat, on the package?
Jorge Barrera, yeah.
Oh, dude. Now, Ghoul.
And he fucking, I should have known because he fucking spelled Arizona or Phoenix wrong on the fucking package.
Yeah.
Was it your address, dude? But
it was handwritten. My name, my address, everything. That's what fucking scared me.